It's showtime, everybody. Hello and welcome to the Bot Signal. My name is RJ Redden. Entrepreneurs hire me to rocket launch their marketing message because most have a lot of trouble getting engagement on and offline. Most are shouting into a black hole, and nearly everyone is a carbon copy of everyone else. So I help create messaging that skyrockets your engagement, builds connection, relationships, and your bottom line. You got to get your bot out there in order to work smarter, not harder. So, my darlings, I am here today to talk about bots for speaking engagements. Now, I have done this topic before, but I want to tell you that today I'm doing the topic with a lot more experience, both with building speaker bots for myself and building speaker bots for other people. And especially, an example that I've just written in this past week. Before I get into that, I'm going to tell you a story, and this story highlights why speakers need bots. They just do. So here it is. Many, many moons ago, in a land far from here, Michigan, I was working for the summer at a prop job. Yes, at one point, I made theater props. This was not a great job for me. Holy moly. There were a lot of hours I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was very lucky to get one talented assistant who knew a little better what was going on than I did. And we spent endless amounts of hours building props. One of the things that we did to both keep ourselves awake and entertain ourselves a small bit was we started collecting rubber balls. We ate mostly at the mall across the road. This mall had a giant rubber ball machine, and you stick a quarter in, you turn the handle, you get a little rubber ball. We admired them every day. We purchased some. We took them and we put them in a little duffel bag, planning what we called the Great Ball Drop 1997. Now, we did this ball drop. We told everybody in the theater that we were doing it. We were so very excited. This was at the end of the season. We looked forward to this thing for weeks. And when the time came, we climbed the stairs, we stood on the roof of the theater, and we did the great ball drop. Now, as you can imagine, it was very exciting. But the problem was we weren't standing on the ground. We didn't see any of those balls land. We worked so hard on that project, you guys. We worked months on that project, collecting the balls, admiring the balls, putting them in certain layers so that some things would go first. We got a few, like maybe 2 or 3 pictures from someone who was standing on the ground at the time and thought it was funny. That's all we got out of that. We weren't there to see the message land. That is what is happening most of the time when we're going out in public speaking. We don't get to see that message land. We're doing a lecture most of the time, right? We're standing up on stage. We're talking to people about, our heart and soul and our business, which is usually all the same thing. If you're me, it is. And you don't get to see, who's really understanding. You get a glimpse of everybody as you're looking at the audience, but you don't get to up close and personal talk to that person about what they got out of that. You don't get to talk to them about their experience, what their biggest takeaway was. You don't get to talk to them about anything. People may come up and talk to you at the end, but that represents a very small percentage of people. What if you had the opportunity to talk to everybody in the room from stage and then talk to everybody in the room from your bot so that you can see that message land? so that you can see the results of your handiwork. Click, connect, and help that person follow through. That's why we speak. I don't speak to hear my own voice. Well, sometimes I do, but I'm special. Anyway, we're not mostly speaking out there to hear our own voice. We're speaking so that we can get our message out, so that we can drum up some business, so that we can spread awareness about what's going on. We speak for those reasons. When you speak without a bot, what you're settling for is a couple of pictures that a guy took down on the street level of all of your bots dropping. You're getting a very, very small percentage of what actually could happen. That's exactly why you need a bot if you're a speaker. Now, let's define speaker, shall we? I mean people who get up and speak at events. I do. But I also mean this. I also mean this right here. I'm speaking right now. I want to know what your biggest takeaway from all of this is. Now, some people will comment. That's all great. However, I want to know. I want to talk to all of you. And of course, I'm going to make my always offer here. Text bot to 555-888 for your free bot strategy so that we can talk after this show. Because honestly, I don't go on Facebook Live to hear myself talk either. So, I mean this platform right here, this is public speaking. I mean, you go to that networking meeting that you go to every week and you stand up for your 1-minute introduction. I mean that. I mean standing at the networking meeting, the after hours meeting where you're introducing yourself time and time and time again. I mean that. I mean any public speaking you do. I mean talking to the Rotary Club. I mean everything. You need a bot for every time you open your mouth, because as impressive as I know you are, and hey, if you don't feel like you're an impressive public speaker, I'm going to point you to my friend Jane M. Powers. We'll talk about that in a sec. As impressive as I know you are, we all live in a society where we are being chased at every available moment by new pieces of information, 98% of which are not valuable to us. We have those blinders on. We have those built-in blinders on. So when you're trying to get your message out there, there are some things that you have to do to stand out. Bar none, no negotiations, gone are the times that you could go stand in front of a group of people and move them with your words so much that they will all just come, all just come to you afterwards. I mean, some people can do that. Jane is one of them. For me, just hoping that message is going to land and hoping to get a call back is exactly what I used to do. Guess how much I made out of that? Well, I'm going to tell you, it resembles a goose egg. So, what a bot is for is after you have wowed them, after you have given them a stellar presentation, after all of that, you want to be able to connect. You want to be able to converse with the people, and they will self-select in. Let me tell you, you want to be able to connect with those people that say, that's amazing. That is the chief pain point in my business right now. If it's me standing on stage, you're hearing all about how your message isn't getting heard. I get somebody to resonate with that message. I want to talk to them further. I want to see if I can serve and support and offer something. I want to see this because those are the people that I'm looking for. That's my crowd. Those are my people. So when you're speaking, there are 3 things that are really, really important that have to do with having that bot ready. I'm not a speaking coach, obviously. I have one. I am not one. You're also getting my slightly sexy voice today because I'm a little sick, so this show might be short. I'm just telling you. Anyway, what I do is I keep that message and that connection going long after you've left the stage. Because here's how it is. People will, let's talk about just a very small workshop, right? A lot of people, or you're talking to the Rotary Club or whatever. People have something else on their mind. They came to lunch with their friends, maybe hear something interesting and go back to hustling. So how can you stand out? How can you stand out? Because getting people to listen is absolutely 3/4 of that battle. One of the things that you can do with your bot to stand out and help really hit that message home is, and I need to throw up this banner. You guys, I'm a little slow today. You got to stand out. Your bot will help you stand out. It will help get attention. It will help get people going, okay, this is something I need to pay attention to, because so many people are involved in their own stuff, especially entrepreneurs. Hey, you guys, sometimes we're all working so hard that we get a minute to sit down, and no matter who we're sitting in front of, we're reviewing the last couple of hours or day, and we're not even really listening. How are you going to snap through that and stand out? Your bot can do this, and I'm about to show you how. You ready? Okay. You all know that you can text bot to 555-888 for the free bot strategy. You all know that you can do that. When I speak on stage, I also have, and I'm going to, hopefully you can see this picture. You see me there, right? And you see the QR code behind me. And I tell everyone, hey, scan this code and you can talk to my bot. You can experience a bot. That's important for me, right? But that conversation part is what's really important to all of you. Having a further conversation with them, asking them a few questions that qualify them into different little buckets, whatever those buckets are for you. Being able to maybe capture some information that, you might use to put them on a newsletter or something if you have one of those. I do not. Someday I'll get one, but it's not necessary to me right now. So having that bot, it helps you stand out right now from the rest of the crowd. That having that QR code to scan, let me tell you, it makes me look cool and sexy. You know what I mean? And when I say, to the audience, do you want to be cool and sexy too? They're all like, yes. Having a bot helps you stand out immediately, whether you do it with a QR code or whether you do it with a text like I do, or whether, I have just flashed a URL on screen, bampowbot.com. I used to put that URL on the screen and people would get to it that way. It doesn't really matter how you get to it. If you tell people, hey, I have a free gift for you, it's sitting right here, whip out your phone for me, they will do it. It is magical. It is amazing. And all of a sudden you're connected. You're connected in a way that's personal, that's important, and that people finally get to communicate. We spend so much time talking. I know I do, baby. We spend so much time talking. We spend so much time trying to get our message out there. The bot gives you an opportunity to let them talk. Let them talk about their experience. Ask them a few questions. What was your experience? What did you get out of this? How do you feel? Those things will tell you so much more than general market research surveys will ever tell you. Those things will help you stand head and shoulders above everybody else. Listen, it's all about demonstrating people's pain. If you know those pain points correctly, then you can be that person who solves those pain points correctly. Sorry, I knocked my microphone there. Anyway, making sure it's still on, because sometimes it shuts off when I do that. Stand out in front of people, establish yourself as an expert, as an authority, as someone to be listened to. A bot will absolutely help you do that, because so often we speak somewhere, we get a few people on an email list, we don't know who those people are, what they think, eventually they unsubscribe. Yeah, that's not going to fill the coffers, my friends. It's not going to do it. So bots help you. Having a bot while you speak, the first thing it does is help you stand out. Second thing it does Boop. Freebie delivery. Yes. Whatever that freebie is, baby. Whatever that freebie is, you can deliver it right inside the bot. Is it a video? Yes. Check. Did one last week for a lady who is speaking everywhere, by the way. Hello, Lauren, if you're watching this. Anyway, video? Yes. Do you need them to walk through a small exercise that will change their perspective right then? Check. Have done that before. Is it just a freebie PDF? Check. I have delivered those through bots before. You can deliver just about anything in a bot. Images, GIFs, audio, your latest podcast? Check. It doesn't matter what it is. We can deliver it in the bot. And if we can deliver that freebie painlessly and right away, what that gives the people that are, the people that are texting in, those connections that you're making, what that gives people is a little bit of trust, a little bit of, yes, this person does what they say they're going to do. If you can do it with a little personality and fun, you're now standing head and shoulders over 99.9% of the emails out there. That's what you want to do. You absolutely want to deliver a freebie right there, right now. Hey, I'm so excited about this freebie. It took me, months, days, years, whatever you want to say, to develop this thing. And it has been so helpful to so many people. I know you're going to get value out of this. Click below to access the PDF. Click below and access your free ebook. Those types of things, those freebie deliveries, help people so much. It's not even the content of the freebie is very important, right? I mean, if you've been working on your freebie, it's a deal. Okay. It's not just 10 or 87 ways to world domination. It's a thing. It's something you want to bring value to people with. So working on your freebie is great. Having great content is great. But let me tell you, being Johnny or Jane on the spot with the information that you said that you would provide, and they don't have to go anywhere for it. They're right there. They're clicking through your bot and boom, they got something. They don't have to go somewhere else. They don't have to go check their email. They don't have to go to, they don't have to go anywhere. They just get things delivered to them. Think about that in the context of our society for a moment. Who's your favorite delivery service? Amazon Prime. I mean, come on. Those people have drones. They're taking over the world. Getting stuff delivered to us. I will never forget this. I was visiting my friend Coach Jenny out in her LA place. And it was an emergency. We didn't know that I was going to be spending the night. And so she ordered some stuff so that I would be comfy on her floor. And because there was also other people spending the night. It was a great big thing. I just love Coach Jenny so much. And her wife, Meredith, they are so fabulous. So they were ordering things so that I would be comfortable. And we were sitting down by the fire pit in their apartment complex. And people just kept arriving with things. It was just amazing to me that we could get so many things delivered at the last minute. It was just beautiful, really. And anyway, delivery of products right there. You don't have to go anywhere to get it. Click this. It is in front of your face, baby. That is key. That is key. We're all used to go here, sign up, now check your email. All right, whatever. I've got a million things in my email and I don't want to read right now, so I'll get to it later. Digital dust. Don't let your freebie become digital dust, people. Put it in a bot, especially if you're a speaker. If you're standing up on stage and talking and they're experiencing it, they're clicking through and they go, oh, I just got the thing right now. That's impressive. That's the thing that'll make you stand out ahead of everybody else. Okay. And now finally, and perhaps most importantly, having a bot as a speaker will help you follow up. Follow up. Oh, we hate it, don't we? I hate it. I don't want to bother you. I don't want to, If you really were so, if you really wanted it, you'll come chase after me. I don't want to chase after people. I don't want to be that salesperson. I don't want to be douchey. I don't want to be hitting you over the head. There's a whole bunch of things that are in play here and a whole bunch of feelings that go into it. And here's another one of those things that I tell myself sometimes. Well, maybe they're not that interested. Maybe I over exaggerated their interest in my own mind. I tell myself so many things to get me off of that follow-up trail. I'm so lucky I got a bot. I'm so lucky, everybody. Because bot takes care of these things for me. Spinning Dragon, my virtual, the tiny version of myself that takes care of everything in my bot. Spinning Dragon takes care of my follow-up. I can follow up through text. I can follow up through the bot. Both of those, I can set that stuff to automatically go and help people remember they signed up for this freebie. Maybe they haven't accessed it yet. Okay. I can send something that automatically helps them access that freebie again. I can send them a question to start a conversation. I can send them anything that I want. And I'm also in control of when those reminders stop. You know what? Sometimes people are interested, but not right now. It's okay. I just want to be there when you are ready to go. I want to be there when you're ready to hit the trigger. Follow-up helps immensely. And 98.9% of us just suck at it as entrepreneurs. We look at that follow-up pile and we go, okay, I'll get to it, but I need to get to all these things on my computer first. I know. I have returned home from trips with stacks this big of business cards. Did I follow up on those things? Not before I got a bot. So this is what I have to tell you today, that if you are a speaker, having a bot is the deal. Having a bot that helps you stand up. Hopefully you're standing for your speech. Anyway, whether you're doing a live stream, whether you're doing a 3-day event somewhere, maybe you're doing a 3-day event somewhere and person after person gets up and pitches their stuff. You've been there. Pitchapalooza. That's what we call those. And those are not necessarily super fun as attendees. I had a friend of mine lean over to me one time during one of these things and say, I don't even know what I should get. I'm confused. I'm just starting out. This is confusing. I'm like, I know, it's Pitchapalooza right up in here. If you are a speaker and you know it's a Pitchapalooza, you got to stand out. You got to get people's attention, because what people do is those speeches follow a pattern and they begin to sense where you're going to get to a sale and they shut their brains off. You know what I'm saying? What you have to do is stand out. You've got to break that pattern. Bots make people feel seen, heard, and cared about. In bots, we ask people their opinions. We ask them to respond to things. We get a sense of where they're at. We don't just scream at them about what we have on sale, right? We don't do that on stage. Not if you're good. Jane M. Powers, again, people, hoping to have her on the show later this week to talk about her challenge. But what you need is a digital presence beyond that speech. If you can get a solid digital presence that helps you stand out, helps deliver that freebie right here and right now, and helps you follow up with people, then you have a really amazing combination is what I'm trying to say. Again, a little sick today. You have a combination that allows you to stand head and shoulders above the rest. That you have a combination that allows you to have further conversation with everybody. And then the cash machine starts flowing. It's then when you have stood out, when you have delivered, and when you've shown that you care. That's when stuff starts really happening for you. I know that I have tried. I want you to know that I have tried many, many things. And tried is maybe the wrong word. I have Since I began speaking from stage about a year ago now, I have tried many, many different experiments on how do you get people to, text 555-888? How do you, what kind of a response do you set up after people have texted that? I've tested all of these things, and I'm here to tell you that, I mean, I don't, I have an automatic formula for my people. I know what they like. I know what they want. I know how to get a hold of them. I know how to follow them up. There are some guidelines that you can use to do that. But mostly what I do is I one-on-one with people. I ask questions, and they're my one-on-one clients usually. So I know, about what their audience is, what they like, all of that type of stuff. So knowing that stuff is really, really important. And being able to address that in a bot is important too. But if you are a public speaker, whether you're speaking on a live stream, whether you're out there in the world at the Kiwanis Club, whether you're speaking in 3-day events, whether you are standing across from someone in a networking speaking about what you do, get a bot. Get a bot that they can connect with, surprise them, stand out, do that thing. It's so hard to get people's attention in this world. It really, really is. And again, they've got blinders on. Everybody has them. Not because they don't like your message, not because your message isn't strong. It's because they're judging your message by everything else that they see and hear. It is so difficult to stand out above that. And that is going to lead me to my next little comment here. People, join Jane's challenge. So Jane Empowers, running a challenge. This thing starts next week. And this is one of the single best challenges I've ever been a part of. I write the bot for it. And people really, really enjoy this thing. Let me tell you what it's about real quick. And also I want to let you know that if you scroll up in the comments, that first comment contains a link. Boop, hit the link. You'll sign up for the challenge and you'll be meeting EmpowerBot very soon. Anyway, let me tell you what this thing's about. This thing is about when you are introducing yourself to people and you don't know what to say. I've run into entrepreneur after entrepreneur that has this problem, particularly if you're maybe transitioning your business, or maybe you have a couple of side hustles that are very different and you don't know which one to pick. Or maybe you do so many things and you inside your head can, you know how to do those things, but how the words of how to describe them make, your introductions make people's eyes glaze over, or your introductions make people confused. That was my problem. Or your introduction of yourself just doesn't even make any sense, or it's boring, or, there's all kinds of things. You've got so little time to grab someone's attention. You've got so little time. And what this challenge is about is crafting the first 17.5 seconds. Never get a second chance to make a first impression. People are tired of the elevator pitch, and the elevator pitch is absolutely dead. Why? It's desperate. It's not really well crafted usually. And this is the biggie. People hate being sold. People hate being sold. If you were trapped in an elevator right now with somebody who is desperately trying to sell you within 7 seconds or whatever, you'd push the fireman button to get out. You probably would. I would. I hate being sold to. Elevator pitch is dead. So ditching that thing. Ditching it, whether it's boring, whether it's just tired, whether it's too salesy, whether it's confusing, whether you don't know what business you're pitching about. Just ditch it. Challenge is called Ditch Your Elevator Pitch. 5 days long, free. Every day you get sent instructions about whatever your little task is that day. They all take between 10 and 15 minutes long. You get to celebrate with everybody at the end of it. At the end of it, you will have that 17.5-second sorry. 17.5 seconds. She calls it an intromercial. TM, everybody. She calls it an intromercial. You heard me do it at the top. You heard me do a half an hour ago when I started the show. Mine has evolved over time because what I do has evolved over time. But it is a sure way to get people to notice me right away. I don't, there's things that I don't say when people ask me what I do. Jane has taught me, do not say I help. You need to say people hire you. Okay. You know what I mean? That's one of the first little tidbits that she teaches you. And it really, really breaks the pattern, helps people listen. And then you've got a chance to keep their attention when you're on stage or doing a live stream or talking to somebody in a networking meeting. I use my elevator pitch. You guys, I'm so sick right now. I use my intromercial everywhere. My podcast, yes. My social media profiles, absolutely. Standing on stage, I do. Or else Jane would hit me with a flying tackle and it'll just all be over for me. She's tough, people. Anyway, you need that intromercial. You need something that will help draw people in, let them know what you do very, very clearly. That's a problem for a lot of us. We just, I'll ask people and they'll tell me what they do and I'll be like, so you do what now? I mean, it is that bad out there. Let me tell you, I was on the marketing cruise. By the way, if you want to go on that marketing cruise with me, time is short, kids. Get a ticket, okay? If you're interested, ping me and I'll talk to you about it. But I was on the marketing cruise and there were 450 marketers there. We each got 30 seconds to tell people what we did. Guess what happened? And it took 4 hours. 4.5, I think. It was a long time, babies. Anyway, person after person got up there and ran out of time because they didn't know how to describe what they did. Person after person got up and could not explain adequately in 30 seconds. And when you start to run all of them together like that, then it's like your brain just starts to glaze over. It's just, you're not even listening anymore because you can't. Because trying to figure out what they do and then listening to them run out of time and then just speed up at the end, that'll solve everything. Just speed up at the end, like Speedy Gonzalez. No, it's not the answer. The answer is to be clear and concise. Who can do that for you? Jane M. Powers. She's doing it for free. Join the challenge. Link above. I'm gonna be banging the drum for this. Because it can make a tremendous difference in your life. You know how we all talk about web pages. We all, we're talking about our web pages and we're, as a former web designer, I used to tell people you've got 10 seconds to stick people to your page. You don't anymore, sweethearts. That was 1987. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that old. That was like in 2000, 7 and 8. You had that much time to stick people to your web page. Now you have about half that time. But we all know that with digital property, we only have a certain amount of time to stick them, to really draw people in and get them interested. Absolutely, it's the same when you're standing up there on stage, my friend. Let me tell you out of experience, you've only got so much time to interest and hook people. You want to be absolutely as clear as possible about what you do. You want to be absolutely as clear as possible about the pain points you solve, because probably there's more than one. And you want to be absolutely concise and clear about the results that you can provide. Let me tell you, I couldn't do it by myself. I tried. I had Jane's intromercial formula, and I kind of was following along one day on a live stream she was on, and I'm like, well, I'll see if this works. And I'm writing away. And I did an intromercial for that night for a networking meeting that I was a part of, and it worked much better, but I wasn't super satisfied. Because I knew it could be better. And what Jane does is nothing short of amazing. She will listen to you, and then she will say, but you lost me right here. You lost me right here. We need to think of a better word here. And then before you know it, you have something polished. You have something professional. You have something you can say at your TED Talk. You can have something you can say anywhere you want. And for entrepreneurs, and especially if you're a live streamer out there, you need this thing. You need this thing, and it's free. So that's my last pitch of the day. I'm gonna eat something and prepare for my next meeting. I'm also gonna I'm gonna catch up on the comments here because you guys have been so cool. Oh, hey, Kathy Dart, welcome. We are working on your stuff as we speak. I need to send you a little welcome email, but I'm so happy to have you. You just don't even know. Lori's here. Lori, for those of you who don't know Lori, why? Lori, we are doing a booby bot for Lori, and because she fits camis for people, and she does such a wonderful job. It's a wonderful product. Booby bot has been born, my friends, and hopefully we'll get Lori on here and demo that bad boy. Joseph made it. Having internet issues, thought you'd miss it. I'm glad you didn't, Joseph, because if you are considering speaking at any level, this show is important. Follow-up kills me. Teresa says, oh, it kills me too. Hey, Joy, I love my bots, my RJ, and one day soon I'm all in with you and you only. Well, we have a relationship. You've made a commitment right now, my friend. Marketing cruise, Lori says, oh, darling, the marketing cruise is amazing and fabulous. It is 450 marketers in January, and it's really a great exchange of information. It's such a great networking deal. And Lori, listen to me carefully. There are boobies on that boat that need your support. Okay, so let's talk about that marketing cruise thing. I don't want to pitch more than one thing on an episode, but let's talk offline about that because I think that you might enjoy that very much. So again, hope to have Jane herself on the show, or at least a recording of me and Jane and an interview. I asked her today. We'll see what she says. This is important, my friends. It's so important to be able to stand out, to deliver that freebie, to follow up with people. And it's so important, that first 17.5 seconds. So do something about it. Don't think about it today. Do something about it. Text 555-888, talk to me in my bot. Or hit that link, join Jane's challenge. Start meeting some of the other people in the challenge who are just like you, have the same struggles you do, and who are going to cheer you on when you do awesome next week. Take some action today. Don't just sit on it, because sitting and worrying kills businesses. It really, really does. And I want to see you succeed. That's why I'm here. So, darlings, that is all from me today. Thank you for listening to this sick puppy give you some info today. And we'll be back on Thursday. 1 o'clock Central Time with the bot signal. Hopefully we'll be talking to Jane about speaking and about her challenge, because I think you'll really, really get a lot out of that. Until then, my friends, hopefully I'll see you in a bot.